The artist that I chose is Sessū Tōyō, who was a Japanese painter from the 15th century. And it was so hard because I had no one to show me how he painted. Obviously, he was gone, you know, hundreds and hundreds of years before I came on the set. So when Tony suggested that I pick a sumi-e painter from history, I found him, and I really liked the way he handled atmospheric effects. He was known as the premier sumi-e painter in all of history of Japan. And his work is beautiful. He shows distance with the washes of ink. He worked in black and white, but he showed dimension in his work by the intensity of the color, how thick the lines were, and he was amazing. He was a Zen Buddhist monk, and so I chose him because he was a challenge, and I could never master those effects of atmosphere before, but I studied his work so hard and I threw out so many paintings that eventually I got to the point where I was sort of getting it. And so I have some pieces here that have color in them. He did not use color, but it was just fun to throw that little part in. Well, this work is landscape because he was a landscape painter. And a lot of my regular sumi-e work is animals and more intimate subjects. So that by itself was a challenge because I had to switch subjects totally, and I had to learn how to do the ink washes, which I've never been able to do. And the pieces are all done in the traditional sumi-e ink, which is soot-based. It's carbon soot with glue mixed in it. And you control how light and dark it is by how much water you add in the brush. And you have to control how much water there is, how much pigment, where you put the pigment, and all of those techniques I have learned in the past, but this was different because of the atmosphere. And I chose kind of an off-white paper because these paintings that still exist by this artist are, what, 700 years old? And so they've aged. They've gotten kind of yellow, brown, and I thought it would look more like his work to paint on that paper.